Today, I will be teaching you how to make a dish I call Augmented Ramen. It's not a fancy dish, but it does elevate ramen to be not ramen. The ingredients we will be using in order of use: olive oil, garlic, 2.5 cups of water, clams, crushed peppers, fish sauce, the powder from the Ramen Packet, the noodles we'll put in very last, and an egg. I have a can opener for the clams, a wooden spoon for stirring, half teaspoon and teaspoon measuring, and my pot. Let me get this cleared off and we'll begin cooking. Before I begin cooking, I'm going to be cracking my egg into this cup and stirring it. This way, when it's time, I can just pour my egg in. I don't have to do any of this while the rest of it's cooking. So I have my egg broken, and now I'm going to stir it. That should be good, and now I'm going to set this off to the side. The first thing we will be doing is putting in 4 teaspoons of olive oil. One, 2, 3, 4. Next, we will be putting in a half teaspoon of garlic. About that much. I've turned on my heat and I'm stirring my garlic. I'll be doing this until it turns a nice golden brown, and then I'll be pouring in slowly to make sure I don't burn myself my 2.5 cups of water. Okay, so I have my garlic cooked. And I have to make sure not to burn it, so I have to pour in something cold. And that's what I'm doing with my water. Pouring it in, I reduced the heat, the garlic's cooked, nice golden brown. And now that I have that done, I have to start putting in my other ingredients. The first ingredient we will be putting in is the fish sauce. We will only be putting in 1 teaspoon because any more will make the dish way too salty. The next ingredient are our clams. I'm going to show you exactly how strong I am. I'm going to peel this off with my bare hands. Yeah, I opened it off screen. And I'm going to pour it in. The next ingredient we need to put in is our Ramen Packet. I do not recommend putting the entire packet in because that'll make it too salty, so I'm just going to put some of it in. Oops. That should be about good. It's a little embarrassing. The next ingredient we want to put in are our crushed red peppers. And for these, just put them in to your taste. I like spicy things, so I'm going to put in more than someone else might. So now we have our broth well on its way. Stir it up. And we're going to take this to a boil. And because there are clams in this, we want it to boil actually for quite a while. About 2 or 3 minutes. Make sure that any nasties in the clams will get cooked away. Now, they were canned clams, so they're probably alright, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So our broth is starting to boil. And one nice thing about this is that as it boils, it'll take the spice from the crushed red peppers and distribute it through the entire soup. The longer you boil it, the more this happens. And what's nice about this is it means that no one bite will be too hot. So if you get a pepper seed, a spoonful, it's not going to be hotter than if not. They're going to be there for texture and to have delivered a flavor. I'm going to reduce the heat just a little bit so I won't burn anything, but it'll stay at a boil. We're going to keep this at a boil for about 2 or 3 minutes. Make sure the clams are cooked. Okay, our broth has been cooking for about 3 minutes now, boiling. And I've taken off the heat because we need it to lower down to a steep so that the boiling action of the water won't stir the egg for us. And now we're going to pour in the egg. Pour it in like this, and then watch as it rises to the surface as it cooks in the hot liquid. That's what we want. We want it to be almost like a ribbon when it comes up cooked. Because if you stir it before it cooks, it will granulate, and that will make it, well, it will ruin the texture of the soup. The soup needs to be watery with noodles and chewables. Now that we have our eggs cooked, we can put in our noodles. You can do this however you like, but I like to break the noodles before I put them in. That makes it easier to dish it out. So there's one half in and the other half in. And I'll be putting this back on the heat. Now all we have to do is wait for the noodles to accept the broth, and the soup will be close to done. This will take a little while, but not too long. The ramen noodles accept liquid very easily. As you can see, I'm already able to punch through them. And you want to do more than just punch through them. You want to split them apart. This way you don't just get square masses of noodles in your soup, you get actual noodles. The augmented ramen soup is now finished. The only thing left to do is to let it cool for about 2 or 3 minutes so you don't burn yourself eating it, and dish it out. Thank you for watching.